my experiences with jazz, Volume 4. I'm just gonna jump into it. What I've been listening to recently. I've been listening to a lot of Buddy Rich recently. I've been listening to a lot of Thelonious Monk recently, which is a musician that I kind of had a re-emergence of. I really liked this music at first, but then I just kind of just stopped listening to it for like a couple weeks. But then I got back into his music, and I'm just starting to love it again. He has that really cool piano playing style that I just enjoy. It sounds kind of creepy, sounds kind of weird, but it's great. No one sounds like Thelonious Monk. His music is just excellent. And the artist I've been listening to the most recently is Billie Holiday. Um, it's kind of weird because I said that I remember in my first jazz video, if you guys remember that one, where I'm in like the car, right? I said I don't really like vocal jazz, but Billie Holiday is like the perfect jazz musician for me. I guess I should say perfect jazz singer. Like she's like that really interesting voice. Her music and lyrics just like kind of like really what's what I'm looking for? In grasping. I don't know I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it kind of like grabs you. Um, her music is just excellent. She's probably my favorite jazz singer right now. My favorite Billie Holiday song, "Love Her Come Back to Me," great stuff. I've just been listening to Billie Holiday on repeat when I'm driving, when I'm at work, when I'm just writing. Like Billie Holiday is just that singer for me. So it's kind of cool because like now I'm finally starting to come around to jazz singers. And like I said in my other video, in my first video, right, I just said I don't like jazz vocalists. I was like against jazz vocalists. I don't like them, but now I'm finally starting to come around to jazz singers. So that's really cool. Now, two new singers I've been listening to, two new jazz singers I've been listening to. First one, Nat King Cole, amazing singer. Um, I never thought I would see the day where I would give praise to a male jazz singer because I don't know if I said this before, but every time I listen to like a jazz singer, especially like a male jazz singer, they always just sound like Frank Sinatra to me. I don't know if that's like because I haven't listened to that many jazz vocalists, or if it's just me, but I don't know. They just all just kind of sound the same to me. But Nat King Cole, he's definitely cool. I like his style. He has like that really smooth velvet voice. My favorite Nat King Cole song right now, "Unforgettable." He probably has my favorite "Unforgettable" cover. Him and Marvin Gaye both have really cool versions of "Unforgettable." But Nat King Cole definitely has my favorite one. I've only listened to a couple singles, so I'm not too far deep into Nat King Cole's discography. But judging from his singles, I can tell he's gonna have a lot. He's gonna have a lot of good music. I can't wait to hear the rest of it. And the singer I've been listening to the most recently, well, aside from Billie Holiday, of course, is a new singer called Nina Simone. Well, new to me. She's been around since like the 50s or 60s, so she's not new. I remember last week, my mother was listening to this one song, and I went up to her. I was like, "Mom, what are you listening to?" It sounded kind of creepy, and she told me she was listening to "Wild Is the Wind" by Nina Simone, and I knew the song because David Bowie covered it. Of course, David Bowie. I don't know if I've said this before actually. I know I've said this, but David Bowie is my favorite musician of all time. So David Bowie. And the version she was listening to sounded like really weird, and David Bowie's version was weird too. But that kind of got me interested in Nina Simone. So I checked out her stuff. I listened to about 10 of her albums. And my experience with Nina Simone is every time I know this is weird, but every time I listen to an artist, I always try to have a one word that describes them. When I listen to David Bowie, I think of imagination. When I listen to Billie Holiday, I kind of think of like gloom. When I listen to well, I guess like bittersweet, I guess is a better word. When I listen to Rush, I think of like objectivism. But when I listen to Nina Simone, I really think of I think of hardship actually. That's like the first word I think of when I listen to Nina Simone. When I don't mean to laugh. This isn't funny, but when I went on Google Images, right, I was looking up pictures of Nina Simone. I scrolled down for like 10 seconds, and I only saw like three pictures of her smiling. Like most of the pictures, she's just like staring at the camera. She's me mugging it. She looks angry. And I'm just like, wow. She kind of reminds me of like Eminem, where like you never see Eminem smile. I get the same feeling with Nina Simone. Honestly, I should make this a separate video, but I'm just gonna squeeze into here. I have a lot to say about Nina Simone, so bear with me. This is gonna be a long video. I'm just telling you right now. So I was just kind of taken. I was just really kind of taken by this picture of like this black woman and like this black and like these black and white pictures. She's just like not happy, and I know what you're gonna say. Oh, Josh, she was in the '60s, the '50s. She grew up with racism and segregation, all that stuff, and yeah, that's definitely true. But when you see pictures of like Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, they're like all singers around her. I almost said her age. All singers around the 50s, 60s, and 70s, right? They're all smiling, but I don't know. Nina Simone, she just does not like to smile. I mean, I've seen some pictures of her smiling, but most of the time she's just looking. She does not look happy. But I digress. But when I saw all those pictures of her not smiling, that kind of set the stage for her music. I was like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be some dark music. And yes, indeed, the music is dark. Now, for Nina Simone, I love her first album. It is amazing. Her first album is what I've always wanted. This fusion of like classical music and jazz music, and it just kind of combined. She is an excellent, excellent piano player. I would actually say her piano playing skills are probably better than her singing voice. But she would she would just have great piano solos, great piano parts. They sound like a combination of like Thelonious Monk. I'm gonna say Thelonious Monk because he's like one of the only jazz piano players I know. All right, let me change it. She sounded like a jazz piano player, and she sounded like Bach or like Mozart. It kind of just like combined. It was just really good. I loved it. But for her second and third album, she kind of shies away from that style. She doesn't really do it as much. She doesn't really show off her piano playing. I thought someone was creeping up. I thought someone was like right there, but it was just my hat. That scared me. But I really loved her like for her first album, right? I really loved like her piano playing style, but for like her second and third album, she kind of just abandoned the style. She kind of switched it up, and it was all right. But her first album was just so good in my opinion. I love "Don't Smoke in Bed" and all those other songs. I still listen to those. But I listened to about 10 of her albums. She doesn't really delve in deep, really that deep into her piano playing as much as I would like her to. It's kind of frustrating. But her cover to "Wild as the Wind," it is weird. It is different from David Bowie's version, but I love the piano. Like as the chorus kind of builds up, she kind of like does like that piano tickling style. I don't know. I'm not a piano player, but it just sounds excellent. Um, Nina Simone. I do want to make. I actually do want to go into depth and just kind of make like an updated video. Obviously after I upload this, of Nina Simone because I feel like since I'm still kind of new to her stuff, I know that sounds weird. That I was saying I'm new to her stuff, even though I've listened to like 10 albums, but I don't know. I just feel like I have a lot to say about Nina Simone, but I just kind of have to let her grow on me. I guess in my jazz experience video part 5, I'll definitely expound on this. This is just kind of my initial reactions after listening to her for about a week. I'm kind of scatterbrained about it, as you can tell. But Nina Simone, um, I like her stuff, but sadly, I kind of feel like she could have went further. Is what I'm trying to say. I Her first album, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but her first album was an excellent combination of like jazz and classical, which I was dying for. But as she kind of goes on for her career, she just kind of abandons like the classical style. She still has hints of it, but she doesn't go as far in into it as I would like it. She kind of delves into like soul and like R&B and blues music. Kind of disappointing for me because I really liked her first style, but you know it is what it is. Nina Simone is still a really talented musician. I'm glad my mom introduced me to Nina Simone too. Um, yeah, that's about it. Just to wrap up, I've been listening to Billie Holiday, Buddy Rich, VJ Eper, Thelonious Monk, and I'm listening to Nina Simone and Nat King Cole for my two new picks. I guess I'll see you next month for my jazz update video part 5. Um, yeah, so far, I've really just been getting into jazz music. It's just been really cool. I kind of started this year knowing nothing about it, having lots of questions, but now as I slowly listen to it more, I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with it. I'm finding my favorite musicians. Um, just to recap, my favorite musician is Billie Holiday so far. Although I still really do like VJ Eper as a piano player. Those are my two favorite, VJ Eper and Billie Holiday. Um, but yeah, this video has been long enough, almost 12 minutes. Wow! And if you're still watching this, thank you. If you have any jazz musicians that I should listen to or that you would recommend, please leave it in the comments. I would definitely appreciate it. And yeah, that's all I got for this video. Peace.